players left. Pulls up, looking for the lead, and he got it. Jaylen Williams, 2 seconds, 1:11, 1:09. Now SGA, probing, piercing, spinning, hanging for the lead, and SGA knocks it down. The Thunder finally get the defensive stop, and SGA puts them in front.
I'm Jaylen Williams. You're listening to Topic Thunder.
That is right, Jaylen Williams, and welcome back, everybody, to another Topic Thunder podcast. I'm your host, Dylan Hunsinger at Thunder Chats. We're part of the B-League Network. This podcast is brought to you by BetOnline.ag. Man, it feels good to be back. Been a little bit since I've jumped on a pod. I think it's been almost 2 weeks at this point, which is probably my longest stretch since I don't know how long. But anyways, I'm joined by two lovely gentlemen. First of all, we got in the Bat Cave, Alex Roy. Alex, how are you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. Just liking these wins, man. Hating the players going down, but I'm liking these wins.
I'm hating playing the freaking Warriors at this point, man, because every time we play them, our players get hurt. But anyways, also joining us, we've got Matt Tierney on the road with this pale mic. What up, Tierney?
Yeah, I don't know how this audio is going to be. I'm not going to be on the whole pod.
Sounds great.
It's going to be great.
I did want to jump in and just throw a couple things out there at the top. Number one, I think we're going to use this as our podcast for Tuesday because we didn't have a Tuesday pod. But I also want to say to our loyal listeners who watch all the episodes, apologies. That was on me for not having a Friday episode. Stuff got in the way. It was my job to man that and just did not do that. So we'll be better next time. And then number two, for this game that we just watched against the Warriors, I put this on Twitter, but I just wanted to say it here. Bob Myers should not be the color commentator of this game. And if so, Friday's game on ESPN should be color commentated by Sam Presti because it's ridiculous what they're doing. Like that was so frustrating to watch from a commentating perspective. So I just want to throw that out there. We'll get into the other stuff in this game, but like, what are we doing?
Yeah, not just that. Like, hey, commentators for ESPN, can you please know who's on the floor for the Thunder?
Oh my gosh!
Because there was one. What was it? Oh, a Williams to Williams connection. Oh no, it was Wiggins.
There's one Williams on the floor. It wasn't
Jaylen. And then the other one was a block by Wiggins. No, it was a block by Cason Wallace. Like they don't even look alike. Like these players don't even look alike. So
but you see a W, and it just automatically a Williams. They got a million Williams on their team.
I mean, they get paid probably six figures to go ahead and announce games, and they can't even get that right. Like, come on, have pride in your work.
And the last play too, where the Warriors had the inbound pass, and Thunder had a fantastic defense on that play, and like got the stop which they needed. And the commentating was just like, wow, did you see that Draymond pass that was actually not that good because they didn't get a good shot off? Wow, really good. It was like, no, that was actually really good defense by the Thunder. But let's just ignore that completely. That's super cool. So I'm miffed and peeved as you know, our down to dunk friends will say sometimes. I was miffed and peeved. I did not like that commentating.
I will say it was a good pass, but it was even better defense by the Thunder and Lou Dort. Yeah, the torture chamber. I mean, we've got a lot to talk about in this game. So, I mean, let's just dive right into it. Single large item action, guys. I don't remember the last time we done a single large item. So, Thanksgiving special, single large item. Jumping right in here. I was going to go Tierney because he said he had to go in a little bit.
I'm here.
He's a black screen now.
I'm pulling up the stat sheet. I'm on my phone. Give me a second.
All right. Well, I'll go to somebody more prepared, a man that likes to print hard copies of the stat sheet. Alex Roy, what's your single large item, sir? He's got it, baby.
So
hell yeah.
So I mean, it's easy. Yeah. It would be easy to pick Shai because we don't win this game without Shai being Shai. But I'm gonna go with Jaylen Williams, but I'm not gonna go with just the obvious. Oh, great job scoring. You had 13 points in the first half. I'm gonna go with the first couple of minutes, that first quarter. his defense out there was on some madman stuff right there. Like, he was out there forcing 8-second violations. He was out there getting in the passing lanes. He was just out there disrupting a whole bunch of things. And I think it set the tone for the Thunder's ability to build up their lead to 21. I know in the second half, that lead got cut pretty significantly to the point where in the fourth quarter they were down by like 3 or 4 points. But I think Dub's defensive player of the year campaign, I don't think it's a defensive player of the year campaign. I think it's more of an all defensive team campaign is if you're an NBA head and you're not noticing this, like, I don't know what you're doing. Like, I know we are fans of the team. We cover the team. We see this team play every day. And so we see this. But if you are not, as an NBA head, like, watching what Jaylen Williams is doing out there, and not necessarily just doing it just like easily, but like doing stuff like in positions that he should not be in. Like, he should not be, down there in the blocks. He should not be guarding bigs. He should not be, doing all the stuff that he's doing on the block, and then also what he's doing on the perimeter. I think this game just kind of, for those first 9 minutes in that first quarter that he played, just kind of encapsulated what he's been doing all season long on the defensive end. And it just sucks that he was, that he got knocked in the face, at the end of the first half. And
I was told he was probably grazed.
Yeah. No. Yeah. He was so grazed. Yeah. Yeah. And
mega
grazed. Hopefully it's not concussed. Hopefully it was just like a blow to the right eye, and they wanted to make sure that it's okay, whatever. But he was on his way to having one of his patented, games that he's had over the past, 2 weeks, like 27 plus points. And so, shout out to J-Dub. Wish he would have stayed in there the whole time, but the team battled back and the team battled through, and the game ball goes to J-Dub.
Like, honestly, the Warriors might have robbed us from like one of Jaylen Williams' best games of his career. Like, he was on legitimately triple-double watch. Like, he had 13 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, and he didn't even
1 block.
Yeah, 2 steals and a block. He shot 50% from the field, 40% or 50% from the 3-point line. Got 8 free throw attempts, which I mean feels like
started 0 for 3.
Yeah, but I mean,
which is crazy.
I'm just talking about the attempts, man. Like, the free throw rate was like he was on pace to get like, I mean, obviously he's not gonna like just get 8 and 8 in each half, but like he was on pace for 16 free throw attempts, which like is his career high. Like, he was on like he was up to something. He was cooking something. He was getting to whatever he wanted. He was hitting his threes confidently. He was getting in the lane. He was finishing around the rim. And like you said, man, like defensively, not just positionally, like he's being a disruptor, man. Like he sees ball, he gets ball. He's like he just detonates whenever he sees an opportunity to, turn over the basketball. So yeah, I mean, he was insane, man. Like, it is really upsetting. We was talking about before the podcast, just kind of like tongue in cheek, like, man, if he would have played, like, we would have crushed our parlays because he was headed that way.
Yeah.
But like, historic performance that we missed out on Jaylen Williams. Like, I fully believe the way he was playing, we was on the way to his first career triple double. And for that, I hate the Warriors even more. Like, the hate for the Warriors kind of went away, after Kevin Durant left, after Russell Westbrook left, after we brought in this new regime. I actually enjoyed the Steph Curry title run, the Warriors title run whenever they beat the Celtics in the finals. I enjoy watching Steph Curry play basketball in a vacuum. Yeah, my hate is all the way back this year, okay? You took out my guy Chet. You took out my guy Dub.
We got one more game against them. So
listen,
game,
sit
if
everybody.
the Thunder
Sit everybody.
sit SGA, I'm
I'm
just fine with it.
I'm tap dancing on wood right now.
We're chilling. Yeah. I got wood right here. Yeah, I'm tapping on it too. Yep.
Hey,
Yeah,
yo.
Okay. All right. Anyway, Warriors are bad luck for our injury game, man. I like you said, the parlay thing. I had him points, rebounds, assists. He almost hit it, and he didn't even play the second half. Like that. That was crazy. So I totally agree. I think he was on pace offensively, at least, to have one of his best games of his career. He was so automatic from mid-range, so automatic. Like, everything was going in. He looked so in control of his game. He was was on pace for a triple double. He had I think it was 2 steals and a block, or 2 blocks and a steal. One of those two. I can't remember. I can't freaking watch the stat sheet because I'm on my phone right now. So I'm guessing, but he was all over everything. So yeah, Jaylen Williams was an all-star heading into this game, in my opinion, and he solidified it today, assuming that he is not out long-term, but I don't know what the latest news is on that, if anything, but we'll have to wait and see. But assuming he's back on Friday, he really solidified his place as an all-star in this game for me.
Yeah, we're going to need him Friday.
Yeah. I want to say, I want to kind of piggyback off of what you were talking about, Dylan, is I have a respectful hate for Golden State. Like, I respect what they've done. You know, who was it that was talking about it's Pat Riley talking about dynasties and saying that the 60s Celtics, the Showtime Lakers, and then the 6 to 7 year run of Michael Jordan were the only dynasties that he knows of. And he's completely wrong on that. Like, the Curry Warriors have been a dynastic run. They've won 4 championships, you know, in a 10-year period. So that is a dynasty. But with that said, my respectful hate for them is that y'all just freaking die. Like, my word, like, we were supposed to go into
just
this.
Revived him, dude.
Oh my! We were supposed to go into the season and be like, okay, this is gonna be like the slow, like, demise of the Warriors. We're just, you know, they win a couple games and Curry looks good, but like Draymond looks old. No, man, like they've done a great job of putting these players around Curry. DeAnthony Melton was, you know, he was coming out to be pretty good, and he tore his ACL there. But respectfully, hate you guys. Can you please die? And I'm getting tired of you guys injuring our star players every time we play you. So please die.
Just die.
Just die already.
Just die.
Yeah.
Just go away.
All right, that's a good note. I don't think we need to add anything to that. Tierney, let's go to your single large item for the game.
The single large item is Isaiah Hartenstein, fellas. I don't think we've had a pod since he's been back. So I just want to make this
really not.
Yeah, it's been
that's
minute.
Heartbreaking.
We kind of took a hiatus. So I just want to say, guys, like, it has been so refreshing to have him on the court. I'm putting together right now, or I was before this game. I think I have all of them. Every single play that he either directly or indirectly produces points for, whether it is him getting assists or he's just setting a ridiculous screen that just swallows up a defender. Everything he does off or on ball has completely unlocked Shai and Dub, particularly their games, but really everybody. I mean, Isaiah Joe today too, he was able to capitalize on some dribble handoffs from Isaiah Hartenstein. The last 2 games, Shai and Dub, I think, don't put up those numbers that they put up without him. And I don't know if the stat is out there, but if there's a stat that is points scored directly or indirectly off of your screens, I know there's screen assists, but points directly scored off your screens, like that, he's going to be leading the league in that category by the end of the year if he stays healthy. This has been a awesome addition to this team. Obviously, we needed bigs. Dub has been great as a big, but he needs to not be that long term. And Isaiah Hartenstein has come in and just been like so like not even chemistry wise too. He doesn't feel like he's missed a step with this team. It's been so good to see. He had 14 and 14 today. I took his rebounds and assists. That was an easy lock. Yeah, I mean, what I think the one thing that just makes him so special is because of the way he can screen people and how effective it is. When you have guys like Shai that are going to get the number 1 defender of every team, it's almost like if he's on the floor, it's almost like you can just be like, hey, I know you just put your number 1 defender on this guy, but we're just going to we're just going to change it to whoever else we want. We're just going to erase that. We're just going to get somebody else and just be like, now you have to defend Shai. And that is I can't even, I don't know. I can't put into words right now how valuable that is, but just being able to erase the primary defender on Shai or Dub for that matter is fantastic. It's fantastic. So I'm not fully capitalizing on all he did tonight. So I'll let you guys fill in the blanks, but I mean, Isaiah Hartenstein was so awesome.
I mean, yeah, if you're talking about screens, I mean, you know, if we didn't get to talk about the Kings game, like I think that was more of a demonstration of what his screens can do for Shai and the rest of the guys, more so than tonight. Because in the past, like Keon Ellis has really bothered Shai. Like not so much as like he's locked him up or anything like that, but just being a pest and like in his grill. And Isaiah Hartenstein, like, you know, they scream like high up above the circle. So it gives Shai like a runway. As soon as Keon Ellis hits Isaiah Hartenstein, Shai's on a beeline to the basket. And the only person in front of him is Domantas Sabonis. And that's barbecue chicken every time. Tonight was a little bit different because whenever he accepted that screen from Hartenstein, Draymond Green was there. Generational defender. Like a lot of people say, one of the top 5 defenders to ever play the game of basketball. So it was a little bit different, a little bit more difficult. And especially after we lost Jaylen Williams, the attention got to, you know, shift to Shai a little bit. They let him play really physical. So it wasn't as much effective on the screens for Shai. But, you know, we're talking about Shai, we're talking about Jaylen Williams in terms of Isaiah Hartenstein's screen. I think the third beneficiary to Isaiah Hartenstein's screen is Isaiah Joe. Like the DHOs that those guys were running together, like early in the game, Isaiah Hartenstein, back-to-back possessions, just like bounce past the ball between his legs to Isaiah Joe coming off a curl and a DHO. The first one didn't end up getting points. The second one got him a 3-ball, and it was just pure like perfection. Like the thing I love most about Isaiah Hartenstein is just his energy. Like he just goes out there, he has a great time playing basketball.
Plays to get hurt.
Yeah, he puts himself out there to get hurt. But he has a great time. You know, he's yelling, he's diving on the floor. You know, he's trying stuff, you know, behind the back. Like I think he might have thrown more behind the back passes in the last 3 games than anybody else has the entire season on our team.
To include that beautiful Jaylen Williams pass in the last game.
Oh my gosh, falling down with the left
What was
hand,
that?
just nuts, brother, just nuts. But yeah, no, Hartenstein has been phenomenal for all those reasons, but also like just the presence inside, just the rebounding, the lobs. He was the beneficiary of, I think, at least 2 Shai bounce passes inside off the pick and roll. Cason Wallace got him a couple times, like a legitimate roll man that, you know, defenders kind of got to account for on the roll. We haven't even really
whenever he gets a chance, like just dunks it with ferocity.
Oh yeah,
love it.
Yeah, no, and you can't stop him. I think that first one, his first points tonight was off that like left hand, like wide dribble Shai bounce pass, and he dunked over 2 guys. Like it was just effortless. And what's funny is like we're not even getting him to stop in the short roll that much. Like we're not even fully using him to as well as he could be used because he had 3 assists tonight. I think he's had 3 and 4 assists in the past couple of games as well. But he's a really good passer for his position, for his size. And if we kind of used him in the short roll, you know, if we was, you know, sending cutters to the rim as he got in the short roll or, you know, letting guys flare out, I think that we could even more utilize him, make him even more of a weapon. And, you know, maybe when Chet comes back, we get to see a little bit more of that.
Yeah, what I love about his game, whenever he screens, like a lot of big men, they screen and they stay in an area where they're not effective. You know, they stay above the 3-point line. And, you know, unless you're Cat, unless you're Chet, unless you're somebody like that, you know, your effectiveness goes out the window whenever you're just out there. It's kind of like not necessarily a roll man, but more of a just somebody to catch the ball whenever the double team comes on the on the ball handler. What he does, what I love about him is his screens that he'll screen and then he'll like kind of like start moving into the lane. And as soon as he gets that ball, it's either the push shot, it's either looking for, you know, a pass to somebody that's wide open. Like,
Yep.
he causes so much havoc on the offensive end because he's such a smart player that he's able to do, like, basically shoot, pass, dribble type thing from the center position. And so that puts the defense at a, I would love to see this happen. Like, I know a lot of teams haven't run zone on us this year because, the threat of the 3-point line of the 3-point shot. But I would love to see how that looks whenever there's a zone in play, to see see Isaiah as that middleman that receives the ball, what Josh Giddey used to do. But now you're literally talking about somebody that's 7 feet tall, can do the little push shot, and can cause havoc from that. Isaiah Hartenstein has gotten so good so quickly as far as like how he's been on our team that I'm waiting for the inevitable when Chet comes back. Should Chet come off the bench, or should I'm waiting for that tweet or for that thing to come. No, I get that. It's not coming from me. I'm just saying.
No.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing that they would say that, because that means that Hartenstein's playing so good
Mm-hmm.
that it's almost seamless to go from Chet to Hartenstein and not necessarily miss a beat offensively or as a team.
Yeah, no, I mean he's been absolutely phenomenal, man.
Yeah,
stabilizing force too. Like the guys play differently when he's on the floor, and tonight, obviously Jaylen Williams was not in the second quarter. Third quarter was just like an avalanche from the Warriors. Not a lot was going right for the Thunder. The fourth quarter happens. Like I can't remember. I had to walk away a little bit in the fourth quarter, but I don't think Shai sat down for like much, if at all, in the third and fourth quarter. Yeah, just timeouts. Did he play the entire third and fourth quarter?
No, he didn't. No, he sat out. There was a pocket of time in the third quarter that he sat out.
Okay. So
I think he came back with like a minute left in the third.
Gotcha. See, I just remember like early in the fourth quarter, when Isaiah Hartenstein checked back in, like immediately he got the floater, and then he got a dunk. Like just two like stabilizing baskets, just a release valve to take a load off of Shai, because at that point, like we really needed somebody that could generate some offense, generate a look. So yeah, Hartenstein's been great, man. He's been absolutely phenomenal. It's crazy because as good as he's been, he could be better, not just because of the way we're utilizing him, but also like he's such a good defender, but we haven't got to see him play with Chet. We've only have one game sample size of seeing him play with Alex Caruso. And we've seen him play every game with Lou Dort, but Lou Dort, he's messed up his hand, so he's not even at 100% at this point. So it could get a lot better, and I'm excited. I'm very excited to see.
I did not know that Lou Dort messed up his hand.
Yeah, that's why he hasn't been shooting.
Oh.
Yeah. I realized that last game when I took him for 2 threes, and I was like, he's shot one. What happened? And so I took him under today, and he had 2 points. So we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How bad is it?
I think he has tape on his hand.
Okay.
Yeah. So, obviously, he's playing through it. But yeah, he had, the 2 points that he had. I think it was
a
on
little mid-range shot.
Yeah. So he's got a little bit in him, but obviously not the sniper that he was early in the season. But all right, I'm going with my single large item, and I'm actually not going to talk about who I want to talk about. I think we can open that up to a wider discussion because he's kind of the story of the game. But I'm going to talk about another guy that went to Kentucky and wore 22, Cason Wallace. And, you're talking about Isaiah Hartenstein's been playing so well. People already people might be talking about, oh, maybe Chet should come off the bench. I had to talk to somebody, a Thunder fan in my mentions. I don't even remember the but they were saying that AJ Mitchell might be better than Cason Wallace at this point. And I said, calm way down. Calm way down. And tonight he showed up, man. Like he showed up and he showed out. He was one of the big reasons we was able to stay in this game as long as we was for his plays on both sides of the floor. For my money, this is his best game of the season. 9 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, 3 blocks, 80% from the field, and hit 1 of 2 from the 3-point line. I thought Cason was phenomenal. I thought his shot looked smooth. He was taking it confidently. multiple drives to the basket, which, created opportunities for him at the rim, and also, assisting opportunities. Like I said, he was second on the team in assists with 6. And then just absolute game wrecker. Cookie Monster was in full effect, walled up Trace Jackson Davis on his way to the rim. Trace Jackson Davis, obviously 6'10", 6'11" guy. Cason Wallace is just ripping the ball out of his hands.
Yeah.
3
blocks, man.
Yeah, I know. As a guard, like one of the smallest guys out there, he's getting 3 blocks.
I'm sorry, it wasn't 3 blocks. It was 2 blocks because Wiggins got the other one.
Oh yeah. Of course. Was that Mark Jones?
That was Mark Jones. Like he's usually.
I expected better of him. Yeah, it's because Bob Myers was in there.
Game.
Yeah, we'll.
And honestly, 100%. They don't have Wiggins tabbed with a block. No, that was Wallace during that time, right?
Yep.
That was Wallace. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought maybe they had messed up completely.
So yeah, man. Obviously, Cason hasn't had the best season in terms of shooting. He's had some lapses and some things, and some of the fan base not necessarily turning on him, but starting to question him a little bit. Question if this is something to be concerned about. I was kind of one of the guys that never wavered, and it's not just because he played for Kentucky, because I saw what he did last year, and I trust that sample size more than the small sample size at the beginning of the season. And, it's one game, but it's a very promising game.
No, yeah. I mean, he's had his career high in assists here, almost twice in the past week. He had the 7 assist game against who was it? Was it the Spurs? Was it?
Sounds right.
Yeah. One of those teams. He had 7 assists in that game. He had 6 in this game. So, him as a playmaker, it may not look too smooth. It may not look, as natural as maybe like a natural point guard would. But if we're starting to get this out of him offensively, that puts pressure on the defense. Whenever you become a playmaker, that puts pressure on the defense. That allows you to kind of bend the defense in a different way than you would like as a scorer. And so, hopefully this continues. Hopefully this is what we've kind of been hoping and wanting from Cason as far as his continued development and his future development as a guard in this league, not just as a 3-and-D player. And so hopefully that is something. But again, defensively, it just stands out again. 2 steals, 3 blocks. You're talking about a guy that's 6'3", 6'4", and just causing havoc out there. And he's had to step up. Like he has had to step up because, Alex Caruso's out, and he's been out for multiple times this year, because of the hip strain. And he's stepped up admirably every time to the point where we don't, necessarily miss too much of what Alex brings to the game.
Yeah, the Cookie Monster, man. It was in full effect tonight. So, all right, yeah, let's talk about
Cason.
Let's talk about Shai, man, who, obviously he had a kind of rough start to the season. The Chet injury happened. He stepped up exponentially, and I think that he's looked a lot more comfortable in these past couple games. Obviously tonight, just looking at the stats, he had 35 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks. Shot 13 of 28 from the field, 3 of 12 from deep, 6 of 10 from the stripe, had 3 turnovers. A lot of people want to point out at the end, even some people in the chat, about him going ISO, about him taking these shots, about him playing bad in the fourth quarter. And man, I can't even front. What was we supposed to do? Who else was gonna be able to make buckets for us at that point? You're down Chet, you're down Caruso, you're down Jaylen Williams. You can laugh, but you're down Ousmane Dieng. He hasn't, he was a part of this rotation. You're down 4 or 5 people of your rotation. You lose Jaylen Williams in the second quarter. Isaiah Hartenstein has 5 fouls going into the fourth quarter. It's Shai on an island with shooters around him is basically what it is. And the way that the Warriors were able to play defense, the way the rest were letting them play defense, they were extremely physical with Shai. They are a good defense in their own right. So they was getting out to the shooters. Like there wasn't a lot else that could be done in that moment, in that environment. And obviously there were some plays where Shai turned it over. There were some plays where Shai missed a shot, whether it was contested or whether it was wide open. He obviously missed a couple looks at the free throw line. But at the end of the day, man, like he made the shots that he needed to make. Like he made 2 contested step back threes in the closing minutes. He missed one of the free throws, but he made the ones that mattered at the end, the 2 to put the game away. And we don't win this game without him. Like we talked about Lou Dort getting the block at the end. Guess who got the rebound? Guess who got the game-sealing rebound? Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So I come away from this performance impressed and feeling once again that Shai is deserving, if not should be at the top of conversations of the most valuable player in the NBA.
So my most impressive stat on this stat line is 3 of 12. And I know that sounds weird because you're literally talking about somebody that's shooting 25% from 3 that game. But him putting up those shots, putting that pressure on the defense, like, yeah, he only made 3 out of 12, but you're such a good player that eventually one of those shots is going to go in. And it happened to be the shot that put him up by 4 with, 30 seconds or something like that left in the game. Like, I'm more impressed by that. We've seen Shai for the past 5 seasons, and one of the biggest knocks on him has been his, hesitancy to shoot those shots. Just go ahead and let him fly, man. You're such a great offensive player in this league that if you just add that shot to your repertoire consistently, it'll make you that much better of a player moving forward. And tonight we saw that. He shot 13 of 28. Not very efficient for his standards, but who gives a damn because we won. It's one of those things where we needed him to be, the shot the shot maker. We needed him to be the shot putter upper. Like we needed him out there just putting that pressure on the defense, not necessarily just settling for always driving into the lane, for always being a mid-range merchant, which is a new thing that I've heard about him. Like it's a bad thing. We needed him to do that. And, you look at the stat line like this, if that's Steph Curry, you're like, it's a great performance by Steph Curry. This is a Steph Curry stat line right here. He doesn't always shoot 40-50% from 3. There are some games where he shoots 3 of 12, but that 1 or 2 shots that he actually makes from 3 are the shots that turn the game around.
Yeah.
And so this is the type of stat line that SGA putting up. I'm hella impressed with this. Like this is what we need. We needed all those shots, all those attempts from him in this game to win it. So
yeah. Not even Steph Curry, man. This is a 2016-17 Russell Westbrook stat line.
Yeah, most definitely. Because there would have been at least 5 more assists.
Yeah, a lot of assists, a lot more rebounds, but I mean more so the efficiency and the win. Like, sometimes the ball isn't going to bounce in, and especially when the defense that was already keyed in on you doesn't have to worry about your other all-star teammate. Like, yeah, it's going to be harder for the ball to go into the basket. But when you make the plays to win the game, that's all that matters. Like, that's all they wanted to do. Like, Shai doesn't care how many shots he makes. Yeah. If we win the game, we win the game. And bottom line is the Golden State Warriors were the number 2 team in the Western Conference. Were they missing Steph Curry? Yes. Were we missing like 7 other people? Yes. And we walked out of a hostile environment playing a good team with a W. And that's all that matters in the end. And we don't get that W without SGA.
100%. 100%.
So the only other thing I really wanted to talk about in this game, Alex, was I would say that if anybody else stepped up in the scoring department in Jaylen Williams' absence, it was Isaiah Joe, who had
best game of the season.
I didn't even realize he had this many points until I looked at the app. But 17 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals for Zay Joe. Shot 50% from the field, 6 of 12, 4 of 7 from the 3-point line. And
tonight is not Zay Joe. Tonight is Stroking Joe.
Stroking Joe.
This is a Stroking Joe performance right here.
Yeah, man. he was on fire. And it started with the DHOs early on, kind of get him in a rhythm. I think he actually made the first bucket of the game off of an inbound, just a mid-range, caught it in motion, one dribble, pull up, money. He was in rhythm. He was hot. He looked great tonight, man. And, we need those types of performances whenever these guys are down. We got people asking about news for J-Dub. At this point, we don't know anything. It's safe to assume he's probably going to miss Friday. And Friday's an important game. Friday, the Lakers are hungry. They just lost to the Suns.
We control our destiny.
Yeah, it's an NBA Cup game. And we're already, like we've said many times, we're already down so many players. Maybe Caruso's back. We don't know that. Maybe Jaylen Williams back. We don't know that. But if it's Shai, Hartenstein, Dort and Co., we're going to need guys to step up. And Isaiah Joe stepped up tonight and gave us a possibility to win.
Yeah, man. I mean, from the beginning, he provided that spacing, even a little bit of spacing. And I think that's one of the things that kind of allowed Shai and allowed Jaylen Williams to have such a good first quarter, such a good first half. But yeah, we need that from him, and he actually made the shots to go ahead and live up to the threat. And so, if he can continue that, one of the biggest things about Joe this season has been how bad he's played as a starter versus how he's played from the bench. And tonight, he kind of flipped that script a little bit and did so well as a starter tonight. So hopefully that continues. It allows this offense to get, more weaponry out there, and it allows Shai to do different things out there whenever you have the threat of an Isaiah Joe, playing so well.
Absolutely. So 17 points is Isaiah Joe's season high. A little bit of trivia, Alex. How many times has Isaiah Joe scored 17 points as a member of the Oklahoma City Thunder before this season?
17 or above, 17 or higher.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say 5 or 6.
14.
Okay.
He had 3 last year, 17, 20, and 23. But 22, 23, which I think that was his first year. This was the tank year, of course. He had 17, 18, 20, 21, 21, 21, 23, 23, 24, 28, and he had 33 points against the Charlotte Hornets, which we lost by 3. I think that was actually the game that
was a 40 and 42 season, right?
Yeah, that was when PJ Washington. Season. Yeah, that was when PJ Washington had 1 million points and Dub missed a buzzer beater.
Didn't he have 60 that game?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
I hate PJ Washington.
I'm telling you, he's mad because he wanted to be a Thunder, and that's why he plays so good against us.
And it's one of those things where, if we were to somehow, some way, for whatever reason, get PJ Washington on this team, then he would completely suck.
Yeah.
Then he'd be shooting 2 of 12 from 3 every game. He'd be, that's what happens to us all the time.
Yep. No, absolutely, man. Kind of looking ahead, we kind of talked about the Lakers game coming up. After that, when is it that daggone it, I'm on the wrong app for this. Shout out to the Real app. The Real app is really cool for looking at stats, but if you're looking for future games, nope, can't find them.
So we play the Lakers on Friday. We play Houston
Rockets on Sunday. That'll be
we play Utah at home. Tuesday.
Utah at home on Tuesday. So yeah, we'll do post game on Tuesday for sure. But Sunday's gonna be a tough game, man, because Rockets are playing some good basketball and
they're a game behind us.
I can't believe
I told you they'd be good. I told you they would be good.
I think I had them in the play-in. But yeah, this is exceeding my expectations. Same kind of thing with some of the other teams. Maybe there's another shoe to drop, but the emergence of Amin Thompson has really helped that team. Şengün's been playing good. Jalen Green is the most Jekyll and Hyde basketball player I've ever seen in my life. He had 7 last night. He had 38 tonight. So, that'll be a fun game. That'll be a very hostile environment to play in. And hopefully we got some guys healthy, man. Like this is a tough stretch. These next 2 games, tough stretch that we need our guys healthy for. So hopefully we could get them back. But
we got two in the win column banked already. So you talk about a tough 4-game road trip. We already got 2 wins banked.
Yeah.
So
I'm
hoping we get some W's. I'm hoping we get the win on Friday. For the NBA Cup type. We control our own destiny when it comes to our division. But I mean, even if not, like we'll go ahead and come out of this road trip 2-2. That to me, that's still good, especially with all the players that have gone down and everything. That's still good to me.
Yeah. Nah, for sure, man. It's been impressive, kind of like whenever we watched Chet, we won those first 3, and splitting those games with no center was kind of all that we could ask for. Like that was not best case scenario, but a great outcome. And so that's where we're at on that. But yeah, I'm
and as Stephen Dolan pointed out today,
yep.
Jaylen Williams, J-Will, had a 4 to 6 week timeline where he was being reevaluated. Today was week 4. And so we could be coming up on the comeback of J-Will. So hopefully that'll help solidify our big man rotation a little bit there for, with Jang being out, with Chet being out. So yeah.
Just wait till we get healthy, man. Like that's what's so crazy. Like we're playing like such a good team. Like we're putting up these great defensive numbers. We're at the tops of the league in terms of our record. And we haven't been healthy a single game. Like we haven't been fully healthy, like full strength a single game this season. And just wait, man. That's all I'm saying in the NBA. Like, Warriors, it's a good thing you got us whenever Chet went down and you should have tried to get us tonight because you better get us now. You're not going to be able to get us when we're healthy. Once we hit March, April, May, knock on wood, our guys are all upright and playing good basketball. We're going to be tough out. So that's all I got to say.
Hopefully. So shout out to J Buddha TV on the chat. People were asking about J-Dub, any news about J-Dub, and he did post on his story. He looked like his eye was a little bit swollen, but he just kind of had like this, he was just like, hooray, like this. So hopefully he's good. If you have a concussion, you're not necessarily, on the
out.
Can you hear me now? Oh no! Is it me?
Can you hear me?
Is it me? Is it me?
I think it might have been me, but I found the post. He posted a picture of him sitting at his locker. It says "Hooray!" He's squinting, but it doesn't look like any lacerations or even bruising on his eye, so that's good.
I mean, we'll see tomorrow. Wow.
It's lagging a lot. All right. Well,
oh, no.
That was kind of all we had for today's pod anyway.
Yeah. I think it's on your end, Dylan. So, with that said, big game on Friday. Big game on Friday. Hopefully we're able to win that one. You hear me?
Yeah. Right now, yeah.
Okay.
Wait, it has a mind. Keep going.
0-0 mentality. Hopefully we win that one and then we can move on to the game in Houston. But again, LeBron, AD, and it doesn't seem like any of them are going to be out for that game. So it's going to be a tough game. It's for the NBA Cup. This is basically the game for our division. Whoever wins this game has the leaders. Oh, the group. It has the leader spot moving forward. We have Utah coming up on Tuesday. Utah should be a win. And so if we win against the Lakers, we are in that prime spot to win our group. But yeah, that's all I got. Are you good?
Yeah. I'm good now. I'm trying to the podcast
Let's
before
do
it
that.
starts
Go.
lagging again. But yeah, no, it's 2:00 in the morning, so we're gonna end this. I'm having computer issues. I just want to say real quick, once again, KC Top of Thunder on Twitter. Follow us. Tierney's doing great work.
Yeah, Tierney's doing great work.
Find the link for. Yep. Find the link for the fan event March where we play the Charlotte Hornets. You can get tickets there. I'm not going to go on about that because you might not even hear me at this point. But yeah,
God bless. Hoop when you can.
wonderful.
And as
Happy
always,
Thanksgiving. Thunder up and happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Take care.